Okay, I'm gonna react to my activism from when I first started doing activism. I used to do these live streams literally all day, like 12 hours a fucking day. I'd fall asleep on the live streams. So I'm gonna react to these videos and let you know what I would have done differently.
Yo, it's wrong to
Hey,
use, abuse, and eat animals.
yeah, do you have a question or an argument?
Why can't we eat animals?
Technically, I guess I don't really see an issue with the eating of the flesh. The problem that I see is deciding like to kill them. But like if you want to just like if you find like some roadkill and you want to eat it, I don't exactly see a moral issue with that. The problem, like I wouldn't do that because I think it's disgusting. The problem that I see is deciding that you have the right to kill them, to eat them. Okay, this is a very debate bro style argument. I wouldn't say it like this now. What I would say now is we simply don't have the right to claim ownership over somebody else's body. For the same reason, I don't have the right to use you and your body for whatever I want to do. My response was really wordy, and I kind of made it seem like it's complicated, and it's not. It's very simple, and we should make it seem like it's simple. I'm also just talking about killing, which is like vegetarian messaging. And, well, he did say, like, why can't we eat animals? But also, that's in the title of the video, so of course he did. I don't know, maybe that's good for engagement with these live streams to get people to come in, but my response, at least, should not be vegetarian messaging. I should be talking about the mindset that it's okay for us to use them.
Well, I mean, we took over this planet, and we're basically in control. So yeah, we can
So,
eat what we
might
want.
equals right? That's your argument? Might equals right, basically?
Well, if you look in the wild, predators,
So, do
if
you
they,
get your morals from the wild?
well, are we not animals?
We are animals, but we. So he's kind of going all over the place here. He's talking about we're stronger, we're wild animals, and I'm entertaining it. I should actually be taking control of the conversation. I wish I would have just been like, wait, hold on. Do you think it's okay for us to exploit somebody else? Do you think that it's okay to claim power or ownership over somebody else? Just so we can get an idea of his, like, moral baseline. Or even better, put him in the victim's position. Okay, would that be a good excuse to exploit you? Would that be a good excuse for me to claim ownership and power over you? Wild animals commit infanticide and rape each other. Do you think that you have the right to do that? Because we're animals. Obviously not, right? We've
We're,
separated ourselves from nature, and
okay,
that's why we don't get our moral agency from the wild. Do you agree?
we are the apex predators, and we.
I actually didn't need to say any of that. And then he's like, oh, but we're apex predators, so it clearly didn't matter at all to him, like anything that I just said.
We have common sense. Animals, they don't.
Yeah, so we should make ethical decisions, right? That's why we don't rape each other. That's why we don't commit infanticide, even though wild animals do it. We've separated
But
ourselves from
but
nature,
all
and we live
animals.
in a society. I don't like this response because other animals actually do have at least some level of moral agency. And it's just irrelevant, honestly. I should just be putting him into his victim's position. Like, how would you feel about that if I was doing that to you?
All animals, we gotta survive. You know,
Right, and you can
eating plants
survive
ain't.
and thrive. Oh no, here I go getting into the benefits of a plant based diet. I would not do that now. It's just irrelevant. It doesn't matter. This isn't about your health. This isn't about humans. It's moving the goalpost. And people know that you can survive on a plant based diet. Or you can just tell them, like, look, you don't actually need to exploit animals to survive, and you can look that up. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. Because why should you believe me? I'm just some random person on the internet. I'm not a dietitian. Look it up yourself. And get back to the topic at hand, that using animals is wrong. And are at a lower risk of heart disease, which is the number one killer for humans on the planet. Or they're also at a lower risk of cancer, diabetes, etc. So, yeah, like there's really no good excuse to exploit somebody and violate their body when you don't have to. So, what is stopping you from going vegan? This is minor, but I don't like the phrasing of that question. What is stopping you from going vegan? Because that's assuming that there is something that's stopping them. So I would rather say, do you feel like there's anything stopping you?
Well, most people aren't in the economic situation to be going fully vegan because like meat is cheaper and it
Meat is
has
not cheaper,
nutrients that we
Lexi.
need.
No, no, sir. Meat is not cheaper. Vegan diets are 33% cheaper on average than omnivorous diets because the cheapest foods on the planet are already plant-based, like beans and rice, grains, legumes, pasta. So at the time that I was doing these debates, there was like 5 studies that I was referencing regularly, and I've stopped quoting statistics and referencing studies because it's just a lot of information. We don't need to be giving people tons of information. They have information at their fingertips with their phone. If they want to know something, they can just look it up. I could just keep it simple because it is very simple. Be like, look, actually, the cheapest foods on the market are plant based. And then get back to the question at hand. Do you feel like there's anything stopping you from being vegan? Because this actually isn't stopping him. I was asking about him, and he's like, well, most people can't afford. I'm like, okay, no, I'm talking to you. This is the cheapest foods on the market. Meat is expensive, and it is actually a rich privilege to be able to afford to eat the flesh and secretions of animals. And but like in addition, like I'm not gonna try to convince somebody that is like in a survival situation to go vegan. I'm trying to convince you you're not in a survival situation. I didn't need to say any of that. You could do it. So what's stopping you? Why do you think you can exploit animals?
Well, animals, they they're not human.
Humans
And
are animals, though. Humans are animals. So what is the difference between
okay, but you
humans
see,
and non-human animals that makes you think that it's okay to exploit and violate the bodies of non-human animals but not humans? What's the difference? Here we go. Name the trait. I used to use this all of the time. I don't actually think anybody has ever been convinced to go vegan through name the trait, from my experience. So I would not use name the trait now. I would just, again, put him into the victim's position. Okay, what if I said, because of the body that you're born into, it's okay for me to exploit you? It's okay for me to claim ownership over you and do whatever the fuck I want with your body?
it's called survival. And
No, no, you
yeah,
don't need. Okay, the conversation should have been long ended by now because he's not engaging with the questions that I'm asking him. Like I mentioned, you don't need to exploit animals to survive. You can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet, as I mentioned. Okay, I'm clearly getting frustrated here. I'm like, obviously he's draining me and exhausting me, and I'm entertaining all of his bullshit. So yeah, that sucked the energy out of me. And as activists, we should be conserving our energy and using it in places that it really matters. Chronic diseases. So yeah, it's not about survival. You can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. So why do you think it's
hon-
okay to
hon-
exploit and murder animals?
okay, as a person who's on a like bulking plants, you have to eat like a whole bunch of volume to get the same calories from meat. So why would I eat plants when I could just eat like a steak that has like 50 grams of protein and I have to eat like
So this is victim
220?
erasure. It's not about the food. Nice. This is good that I pointed out the victim erasure and that it's not about food. There's plenty of calorie-dense foods. If you want to eat a calorie-dense plant-based diet, you can. And it's not about, like, it's just about calories in versus calories out. But then I'm letting him shift the goalpost again, and I'm engaging in it, and I'm explaining to him that it's about calories in versus calories out, like whatever. Like he can learn about that on his own. I'm not a dietitian. The only thing that you need to make sure of to make sure you're bulking is that you're in a calorie surplus.
That's
Okay?
true. But you
He already knows this. He says that's true. There's no need for me to explain this to him.
also
So
need
you
you
can
also
do it on
need
a plant-based
amino
diet.
acids.
Yes,
Uh,
and you can get all 9 essential amino acids from a plant-based diet.
that's not
There's
true.
there. Okay, what amino acids can you not get on a plant-based diet? Please tell me which essential amino acids you are missing on a plant-based diet.
I can definitely tell you that. So like
Yeah, tell me.
creatine, you can't get that in plants. You have to buy that like in powder form. You have to buy all these supplements
That's not an
just to stay
essential amino
healthy.
acid. Your body
When if you ate
creates
meat, you wouldn't
your
have to
body
deal with all these
creates
problems.
creatine. That's not an
No, it
essential
doesn't.
amino
Your
acid.
body doesn't
You
produce
can
creatine.
Yeah, this is pointless. So cringe. Talking about the diet is pointless. People can learn about that on their own. And look, he doesn't even believe me. Like, I'm entertaining it. I'm like, no, you don't need to eat creatine. Your body naturally produces creatine. He doesn't even believe me. So I should be telling him to go and do the diet research himself and just talk to me about the morality and whether or not it's okay to exploit somebody and treat them as a slave or property. You can get all of the it's not an essential amino acid yet. Your body does naturally create
It's not
everything
essential,
you need.
but it's creatine helps you gain muscle.
He's just switching up his script. He's like, "Oh, it's essential. It's not essential. Your body doesn't make it. You like it helps with muscle. Like, and we're just not focusing on the victims, which is who I'm supposed to be speaking for."
But anyways,
Look, there's
aside from
plenty
that,
of vegan
you
body.
got
Look, I'm just gonna mute you just for a second because I'm tired of you yapping and not listening to me. You can get all. Okay, so I'm clearly getting very annoyed and frustrated, and there was other people listening. I don't know how many people, but people in there were listening. So yeah, I muted him to give information to clear up the bullshit that he was saying because I don't want people to just take his word. But yeah, I'm just giving more information. I should be talking about the victims. And this conversation, like, it keeps on going on. I'm like kind of done analyzing it. I think I've done enough. Maybe I'll do a part 2 later. But yeah, there you have it. Hope this helps other activists with their outreach. And be sure to be doing activism and recording it and posting it online. Oh, one more thing. What an ugly background cover on my live. The links, too, like the list of links with like help going vegan. Yeah, I would not put those on my live background today because it makes veganism seem complicated. And it's not. And the list of videos, I mean, all of those videos really impacted me. But yeah, if I'm doing a live now, what I have the background is just, it just says request to join. I don't know what the best background is. Like this background that I used then, like it's wrong to abuse, use, and eat animals, that got me a lot of engagement. But is it the best messaging? I guess there's nothing wrong with that message. But the links gotta go.